And welcome back, everyone, to part 8 of What If Naruto Was a Full Uzumaki with the Adamantine Chains. Last time, I was also under a little bit of time constraint yesterday, Monday for the video. So I simplified it a little bit. We focused mainly on the three bouts that happened and Kushina and Naruto beating Jiraiya once again. Now, after completely shit kicking his ass in, just teaching the pervert a lesson. I was like, Kushina, it's good to see you again. I haven't seen you in forever. How long has it been? It's like 13 years, Jiraiya. You think you could give someone, you could think you could stop in and say hi. And Jiraiya and is like, yes, is that true? I probably could have been stopping in, but I've been busy. Sorry. With tracking Orochimaru, which at minimum we know that is true. He had been tracking Orochimaru. The fandom basically created the spy network theory that he has an entire spy network, but that's probably not entirely inaccurate. That Jiraiya has some sort of spy network, but we know for a fact that he was at least tracking Orochimaru. He's keeping tabs on Orochimaru the best he could. And obviously he was a wandering journalist, novelist. You know, he has his books, so he also had that going for him as well. And so Jiraiya apologizes, and okay, you got me. Now, granted, yes, he's Naruto's godfather. Maybe he should have been part of his life, but with Naruto's mother alive, he does justify the case that, hey, look, I should have, but the kid had you the whole time. It wasn't the end of the world. Still, we could have used something, at least acknowledging that you were still alive. It's not even about money. The Uzumaki and Minato probably had plenty of money. Then again, she was the only Uzumaki in this movie. She didn't have a lot of money. But again, they probably racked up a decent amount of money with their ninja missions. They probably are well off, so not that big of a deal. Okay, enough. Well, Naruto, you can forgive, right? Hey, look, I only know you from what Mom said, so I can't hate or love you. And she said, this whole family. And then then Kushina and Naruto have a laugh at his expense. This family really doesn't change. So tell me, what exactly brought you here? Well, actually, I was going to start Naruto's training for the finals of the tuning exam, but I heard you were out here, and I figured I'd say hello. I was like, oh, the tuning exam, so you finally made it. Well, good for you, Naruto. From what I've heard about the grapevine, you've gotten pretty skilled. You know it. Unless you want to test it out. He's like, oh, you want to go toe to toe with Asani now, kid? And Jiraiya's just like, well, since the girls are gone, I have nothing else to do, so why not? And so they're walking, they're going to the journey. Yeah, Kushina basically talks to Jiraiya too. He was here, Orochimaru. Naruto had to run in with him. The boy seems better, no worse for wear. No, Naruto was lucky. He was able to, Orochimaru underestimated him, and he was able to get the drop on him. But it was only temporary. He's still out there. He's a threat to the entire village. So you're saying you want me to do something about it? Is that right? Well, he was your teammate, and you both are of the legendary Sani. Now, should know, again, we haven't shown Kushina in battle yet, and we won't yet. Is Kushina stronger than Jiraiya or Orochimaru or Tsunade? And that is admittedly a very good question. In some aspects, yes. In other aspects, no. Like, is she a more well-rounded ninja than, say, Jiraiya? Probably not, actually. She doesn't specialize. Like, she specializes in, like, certain things, just like a lot of ninjas do, including other Kage do. But in terms of round it, like, Jiraiya has both ninjutsu, he knows sealing, he's got summonings, he doesn't even have genjutsu courtesy of the mom and pa, and he's got sage ninjutsu. Kushina's not that well rounded. But in raw power, chakra, sealing capabilities, as well as a few other things, she's at least on par with Jiraiya and Orochimaru. And although, to be fair, when we say that the third Hokage was weaker at that point than Jiraiya, um, because we know, because the third was are basically not as strong as Orochimaru at that point. Like, he even acknowledged it at that point. He had grown old. He lost his edge. I mean, he was still a beast. Orochimaru still had to put in effort. He had to fucking reanimate the dead to beat him. But Orochimaru, but by the end of the fight, Orochimaru wasn't really all that haggard. He wasn't that tired. And at least not until the Reaper Death Seal came into effect, and then he was freaking the hell out. And Jiraiya is actually stated to be the strongest of the Sani, at least until you get to like White Body Zetsu, or White Zetsu Body Orochimaru and all that. It is actually, I believe, confirmed that at their peaks and at their freshest, Jiraiya is the strongest of the three Sani, I believe. It's not by much, but it's by a margin, enough of a margin. So, does that mean Jiraiya was stronger than Sarutobi? I'm not saying he isn't, I'm not saying he is. But, so the question is, do we think Kushina's stronger than Sarutobi? We'll hold for that until we actually get to the answer to that question. Anyway. And Jiraiya's like, I didn't actually come here to, I didn't come here to stop Orochimaru. I just came here for more research on my latest book. I was like, you're never going to change, you old pervert. And to which Kushina just gives him, like, yeah, but, I'm more than willing to maybe take some time out of my bit schedule to at least help train Naruto. And so Naruto and Jiraiya square off for a spar. And they start off just hand-to-hand at first, no real issues. And then Naruto starts bringing out some more techniques, brings out the Gale Palm, and Tornado Fist. It's like, whoa! Whoa, that was close. You taught him that, Kushina? You really are insane. And it's like, hey, he needed something on the more offensive side. Why not just teach him the Rasengan while you're at it? It's like, well, yeah, it's funny you bring that up. It's like, what? And then keep your eyes on the birdie, and he sees the chakra chains coming. Ho, ho, ha, ha. He just makes some Rasengans, blasts the chains away. Just not destroys the chains, mind you, but they're both chakras, so blast the chains away to Rasengan. Whoa! And then he quickly takes Naruto down. Yeah, in a straight fight, Naruto wouldn't win against Jiraiya. No, not at this point. Nowhere near close enough to win at this point. Or anyone of really any comparable level of power, really. So Naruto's like, whoa, that was awesome. I was like, wait, was that the Rasengan? You know the Rasengan too? Of course you know about that. It was your creation of your father's. I assume you've been waiting for the right time to teach the boy. Indeed. Minato wanted him to know it when the time was right. And I think the time is right now. Plus, you're going to need something to be able to get through the Hyuga's defenses. He's fighting. What? He's fighting the heiress? No. He's fighting Neji Hyuga. I've heard of him. They call him something of a prodigy. If he is as skilled a prodigy as I'm thinking he is, you are going to need something that's going to be able to get through a tight defense. Your chains actually aren't going to be enough for this. And so his mom starts him on the lessons for the Rasengan. And while they're watching him, practice, get the balloon down. And I think he actually gets the balloon down pretty quick. Again, far better shot control here. Again, he's embraced a little bit more of the fox than the other Naruto. Uzumaki, control that. I wonder too, by the way, do you think that they can shrink the size of their chain? This is just a random thing that popped in my head now. Do you think they can shrink the size of their chains? I mean, we know, and when I say shrink the size, I don't mean like length. I mean actually like the width of the chains. Because in my head right now, I just imagine chakra chains swirling around inside the ball. But I don't know if they can do that. But anyway, he quickly breaks it. They show off. He shows honestly the balloon or the rubber ball, and it takes a bit longer. But he realizes it's about power, so he just breaks that. It takes maybe 2 days to do that because it only took Naruto 3 months, something like that, to learn a Rasengan under the conditions he was under. You give him much better conditions, Naruto gets it down probably easily before the month's over. Probably within a few weeks, actually. And so so while he's doing that, Jiraiya kind of talks to Kushina. It's like, It's like he's getting your son really. The kid really is something. He had the first 2 steps down within a few days. It's insane. But the third step is the hardest. It's gonna take him a bit longer. Oh, no doubt. Naruto's chakra control is good, but even he's gonna struggle with this. So so tell me, what about the other training that you plan for him? Other training? You know exactly what I'm talking about, Kushina. You're the besides me, you're the only one. You're probably the only one more qualified than me to be able to teach him how to control the fox. Unfortunately, we both got 2 separate halves of the fox. My side is a lot more amenable and easier to work with. His, he got, and again, I believe it's the yang half Naruto got. I always forget. It's either yin or it's yin and yang. It's a 50-50 shot. Which part of Kurama? Yeah. I hate using a keyboard that is not as active. It's not working as quick. Okay. God damn it. All right. Boom, boom. Part of Kurama. What's the old Naruto? I believe it's the yang? Yeah, it was the yang half. Okay. Seal Yin, the dark half of Seal and Minato Namikaze divided Chakra to save the village and believed Naruto was possessed in the wield of power for greater good. Anyway. So anyway, yeah. He has the yang half in him. The yin half is a bit more amenable and a bit more negotiable to work with. I've made a lot of progress with him over the years, actually. But unfortunately, the yang half, I've meditated with Naruto and even been able to delve into his mind, courtesy of some of the Yaminakas before. He's extremely difficult to work with. And I can see a scenario where the 2 hats of Kurama are kind of meeting up, and yang half is not having it with yin half working with Kushina. So, you traitor! You work with this ningen. There's a reason we were sealed. The reason we were sealed is because we were trying to escape, not because. And so, not because it was some sort of destiny. Get away from me! You make me sick. Yeah, Yang Kurama actually is even more reluctant to work with Naruto, but still wants to escape. So he, funnels the chakra into him. Is still to help loosen the seal. Unfortunately, with Kushina there, he has forgotten that she can just tighten up the seal at any point she wants. Because, even though Minato created the I don't know if he created the 8 trigram seal, but he did create, or did use the, I think the Uzumaki actually created that seal. And I believe they created the Reaper Death seal as well. It's like all the seals we actually saw Minato use, except for Flying Raijin, which isn't a seal. It's a ninjutsu tag. Think of it more like a spell tag than an actual seal, a marker. Anyway, Naruto, and about a week later, Naruto finally gets the Rasengan down there. He did it in under a week. Unbelievable. Well, how about that? It's like, awesome! It's like, oh, I'm so proud of you, honey. Oh, well, I've still got 3 weeks. So what are we going to do now? Well, I've got an idea on that, kid. Well, seeing as your mom's passing down something from your old man to you, I figured I'd pass down something from your old man to you. And, and so he, shows off the summoning technique. He's like, wait, you mean that's right? I was like, you want to learn to summon the toads, kids? Like, awesome! And so, bites his finger. Now, that being said, you might not have enough chakra for this. And Kushina quickly realizes, you want to try to access the fox's chakra on his own, don't you? It's the only, well, I was hoping to focus a bit more on this aspect, but even being an Uzumaki, he might have enough chakra to do it on his own, but it isn't a bad idea to try to willingly access it. Tell me, Naruto, though, how often have you been able to access the Fox's chakra? And Naruto stops and thinks on it a little bit and realizes not really often. There was a time in the waves, and I didn't have him do it against Orochimaru, as far as I know. But maybe I didn't. If he did, then he did. It doesn't really matter in the context of this. So, well, eventually, well, your dad sealed that fox in you in order to prepare you for the future. So, for what would be coming. So, I would say, I'd say at least we should at least give him an attempt to try to access it. Besides, because you're here, and with those adamantine chains of yours, you should be. If anything were to go wrong, both of you should be able to take care of it. So he tries with the summoning without using the seal or without using Kurama. Now, with that being said, how much more chakra does Naruto have being a straight Uzumaki? I mean, we don't, and we know for a fact that the more distilled the lineage gets, the less chakra. I mean, don't get me wrong, Boruto and Imawari still actually have a lot of chakra for a Genin level or a Genin ranked ninja to be able to make like 3 or 4 shadow clones at his Boruto's age in the beginning of the series. That's still a lot of effing chakra to have for a kid. But in terms of like Naruto, if you are a pure Uzumaki versus a like hybrid Uzumaki, I mean the implication would be that a pure Uzumaki should actually have more chakra than a hybrid Uzumaki, unless you had an Uzumaki mixed with a Senju, in which case you actually arguably would have a higher level of chakra. Just because those two were so closely related but had enough differences, and one of the two things they were both known for was large chakra reserves. But otherwise, yeah, Naruto probably does have, I mean, is it safe to say twice as much chakra than normal? Is that safe to say? If not, at least a third more. But I'd say because he's half Uzumaki, I'd say he has twice as much chakra. I think that's fair to say. Which means he should actually be able to summon at very minimum Gamakichi on the first try. Maybe even Gamma. And so he tries it, and like he puts about half, he puts almost all of it into there. And sure enough, he summons. I think because of how large even his reserves are, I think he summons Gamma. And even Jiraiya is like, well, I gotta admit that's actually really impressive. I should have known though with your reserves. Of course, Naruto then looks a little like worse for wear. Like, then again, it looks like it took quite a bit of chakra for you to do that. You're almost running on empty. All right, try it again. He tries it again. This time he gets the tadpole. It's like, all right. And so he tries it Jiraiya's way for about a week. And it's like, well, this isn't working. It's like, of course not. Naruto's not, training like this isn't going to work. He needs to actually communicate with the fox. But the only way the fox is probably going to let him have any chakra is if it's a life or death situation, or if it's high emotional stakes involved. And Kushina looks at him. Jiraiya, what are you planning? What, me? Nothing at all. What? Why do you get the impression? Jiraiya, it's like nothing at all. Don't worry. I had an idea, but it's stupid. And so but Jiraiya's like, all right, I just got to get her out of here for maybe an hour. And so they, and unfortunately, Jiraiya realizes quickly, no, that won't work. If I throw him down the gorge, he'll just stick himself into the wall with the chains. Unless he's completely exhausted. And so, sure enough, Kushina sees them there. It's like, sorry, Naruto. Ah, you son of a bitch! Chains barely come out because he's too tired. I'm too tired, crap! And then, all right, Fox, look, I know you don't like me. I know you hate being in here, but we got to work together. Otherwise, we're screwed. And so come on, just give me some chakra. I was like, you got a lot of balls, Bryce, but I won't lie. I still don't find you amusing. Fine, very well. If it's needed, I'll lend you my chakra. And summons Gamma. Jiraiya, where are you? I'd say, oh hey, I'm the one who summoned you. You're a little brat. And I was like, you? Come on, that's not funny. I am the one who summoned you. Please, I'm the great chief Togama Bunta. You're an idiot! And to which all of a sudden, he jumps up. And said, no, where is Jiraiya? I'm telling you, I'm the one who summoned you. Right, well, if he's not going to go, if this isn't the first time I've been out in a while, I'm going to go for a walk. And to which all of a sudden he hears like, "But are you still being this grumpy of a? Who the hell said that? Oh, it's you, Kushina. Hmm, it's been some time." It's like you, to which she gets it has been. How have you been? I've been all right. The wife's not dragging the wife. The wife's been nagging me a bit the last few days, but otherwise, but the boys are good. And how have you been? Oh, just fine. Just taking care of my son. I've been. It's been a joy being a mother, honestly, the last few years. Mother, by the way, where is your? Oh, so this is your brat. Yes. Yes. To which she then brings out the chains a little bit, almost like in a fist. And kind of smacks. Ah! Why, you little. Why would you think she just gets a little. It's like, now, Bunta, I know you have better manners than that. Even you, a grumpy old toad like you, should know better than to insult Uzumaki woman's son. It's like, wait a minute. And she actually just. And I barely did get a look at the kid. Now that I see it, he's a striking resemblance to both you and Minato. Then again, to be honest, I was fully aware of the kid's sonny. I just didn't want to give him the satisfaction. Oh, you and your ego. It's like, can you blame me? It's like, so yes, they say, very well, kid. Seeing as I know your mother and knew your father very well, I acknowledge you as my summoner. Of course, we'll have to seal the deal at some point with a bottle of sake. It's like, sake, I'm not old enough to drink. Oh, you have my permission, son. But only with Bunta. It's like, It's like, very well then. I'll take my leave. And so, yeah. And really, other than that, though, Naruto is working on a couple extra sealing techniques. But Naruto takes a lot of remaining time off to just relax. And he's in training ground 7 that night, kind of looking on, thinking about, the training he's gone through, and thinking about how he's got to kick Neji's butt. But he also is aware very much how strong Neji is, and the fact that Neji is an opponent who he's actually not well stacked up against. Being a Hyuga, having the ability to control chakra means that even someone like Uzumaki's would be in danger against them. Because just the way they control so much chakra and their chakra network, all that. And that's when Hinata showed up. Naruto? Oh, Hinata. I haven't seen all of it. Sorry, I've been training for the exams all week, all month. You're up and I'm okay. I need to take it easy for a little bit. It's like, what are you doing here? I was just thinking about how I was going to kick Neji's butt. To which Hinata actually goes, Naruto? Because she kind of quirks her eye. She's known him long enough and has a big enough, crush on him that she can tell when not tell when he's lying, but she knows when he's something's off with him. Say, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Hinata. Your brother is strong, and as strong as I am, he's got his entire style is perfectly designed to counter mine. I'm not saying I can't beat him. I'm just saying I'm not sure if I can. And Hinata just looks at him, and now remember, Hinata is a lot more confident. She's known Naruto for a lot longer. He's been far more encouraging to her. She's been able to get more confidence, hence why she was less affected by the taunting in the exam. She still has a bit of a stutter, but when she gets into a certain mindset, she's fine. Naruto. You are. There's nothing you could do to ever disappoint me. I made a promise. I promised that I would get payback for you for what he did to you, and I keep my promises no matter what. And to which she nodded, smiles, and she blushes a little bit, and she kind of goes up to him, and she just gives him not like a big friend hug, but a more tender I love you hug. And she kind of buries her head a little bit in his chest a little bit. And Naruto's blushing, definitely blushing. His head's starting to blush. Oh, it's like, Naruto. It's like, as long as you do your best, that will be enough for me. And thank you. And she's talking to him, and he's just like, her hair smells like lavender. People say lavender. I think more cinnamon buns because she loves cinnamon buns. She smells like cinnamon buns. And he also holds her, and it's like a tender hug. And he's like, And he's like, oh, she's one of my oldest friends. What? And it's like, oh, and they kind of separate, and they're now both kind of blushing, realizing how like tender and intimate this moment was. Like, oh, thank you. I like the hug. He's like, I like the hug too. Like this is where even she can't stop from being like, anyway, do your best tomorrow. I was like, right. And man, when did she get so pretty? It's like, wait, where did that come from? So the day comes and the exam and the fight takes place. And now, do I want to go over the fight? We're 25 minutes in. I'm going to save the fight. I would like to spend more than 5 minutes going on the fight. I am still under a bit of a time constraint at the moment because I got to go to work in about 20 minutes. I could go further with this, but I think we'll save it for now. We'll save the actual exam portion of it for next time. Until then, though, Naruto is... Oh, and Naruto still... Ooh, actually, this thing I didn't address. Does Naruto go... Does Leys survive? Does Rock Lee survive? Because Shikamaru's in the hospital. And Shikamaru might step in. But, I'm trying to figure out if I could rationalize Naruto stopping in to visit, like, Lee or someone. I'm trying to rationalize if that would make sense to try to save Lee. Like, he does respect Lee, and, like, he's someone who does show, and, like, he shows the respect. So, like, maybe knowing that Lee is in the hospital, maybe he does go in there, perhaps. Just to say, and now that, like, his train's over, he, like, hears that Lee is still, I should go, pay Lee a visit. Like, actually, you know what? That's something he could have done. Because we don't know when Hinata left the hospital. At least I don't think we know. He goes to visit Hinata in a hospital. I think that's a rationalization I can make. He goes to visit Hinata, and along his way knows that, oh, Lee's in here too. Because we know she was out of the hospital by the end of the month. But if Naruto was in the hospital like in the final week, it's very possible that she was still in the hospital too. So maybe she's just about to get out. So he goes to say hi to her, all that. And then he sees Shikamaru's like, you okay? Wait, what? No, Choji's fine. He ate too much. And then they go in and stop Shikamaru. Okay, I was able to rule lawyer it around a little bit and make sure he was still there to stop him. And to be fair, Naruto also like has one of his chakra chains kind of stopping Gaara as well. It's like, it's nothing personal. I want to kill him. Move, or I will kill you too. It's like, to which again, he can kind of sense, because Naruto's senses have been picking up. He's not a true sensor yet, but he's picking up. He can tell this guy, there's something off with this guy. I have a monster inside of me. Yeah, trust me, I know what it's like to have a monster inside you. You have one too, huh? Yeah, I have a real monster. They sealed it inside me. To which Naruto hears this, and he's taking back. He's nowhere near as like flabbergasted or even like scared as he was in the original, because again, knowledge thanks to his mother, he knows that Shikaku, you have the one, and to which Naruto actually says, you have the one tails inside you, which this actually causes Gaara to actually go, because he knows it as Shikaku. I mean, he probably knows that it's the one tails too, but the fact that this guy actually knows what Shikaku is, like, wait, what? It's like, you're Uzumaki. Of course you'd know about them. And Naruto's like, I know more than you might would believe. And so finally, guy steps in, and they go their separate ways. I will kill you. And so now we would move into the final exams. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you again on Sunday for part 9. Later.